Welcome back, everybody. Newsflash, 'tis the political season, and you've probably noticed people get a little passionate about their views and their candidates. So if you find yourself in the middle of that heated discussion, or maybe you have a friend who pushes their views on everybody, what can you do about it without, being completely rude? Justine Froelker, a licensed professional counselor, joins us with some help this morning. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm looking down the list of tips, and I think this is going to be kind of fun because the very first one is the code word technique. Can you please explain to me the code word technique?
Did you like how I turned your political
You did.
prompt into healthy communication?
Well, no, but that's good. I mean, there are many applications of good communication, friendly communication, and this would just be sort of the current context
That's
of that.
true. So the code word, it's one of the classic ones. So when you're in that heated discussion, neither one of you are hearing the other person, defenses are up, you can say a code word. Now, the code word has to be agreed upon prior, obviously. Okay. So like when you're out to dinner this Friday night or something with your spouse or partner, you say like, okay, we need to come up with a code word. The code word is the same for both people. Okay. The code word says, like, one, you can say it as many times as needed, and it means that you take a break. So that means you leave the scene and you take a break, agreed upon amount of time. So we're not talking like going to bed angry necessarily or leaving it unresolved. It's a 15-minute break, and then we come back and try again. Okay. If the code word has to be said again, you say it again. I have a couple that sometimes couples like to make it a funny word just to break the tension.
Yes, right. So it could be whatever you want.
Yeah. So you can use code words for if the tension's really high and you're not hearing each other. My husband and I used to have one for tone, because a lot of times we're not conscious of our own tone when we're speaking it. And so to be able to say, I told you before we came on air, ours was papaya, because I just like to say the word papaya. And
I love that.
Check your tone. Yeah. Or it was me, oh, that's not how I meant to say it. Let me try that again.
And it can be a tension breaker too, because someone just said papaya totally out of context. You're like, okay,
do you think there's papaya on the
menu? Got it. Understood. What's the mirroring technique?
So I actually thought when you guys were discussing the debate earlier, which is a debate, so it's not necessarily healthy communication. But so mirroring is basically if you kind of have that topic that you never seem to make much headway on, it is a reoccurring theme in your relationship, you can sit down and do a mirroring exercise. And so basically, you would be, let's say, the speaker, and I am the listener. And you're going to speak and speak and speak about this topic, and I am not allowed to say anything except, and is there more? And you keep going, and is there more? And is there more? Until you say, no, I think that's it. Okay. And then my job is to paraphrase it back. What I think I heard you say was, and then blah, 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 blah. Most likely, I didn't hear it correctly, because that's how poorly of communicators we are.
It's like an adult game of telephone.
Yes, it totally is. And so usually it just takes a few times. Yeah. And I think it's both for the speaker and the listener. It's really for me to be able to actively listen without coming up with an argument or questions or clarifying questions. So it's for me to listen, but it's also for you as the speaker to be able to come up with the right words that you need to come up with to communicate in
that message
effective way. Exactly.
Got it. And then you talk about I language.
Yeah,
explain that one.
That's classic counseling. So we used to say when you, I feel, but I actually like to flip it, because you don't make me feel anything. I choose my emotion. My husband doesn't make me mad. I choose mad. So the language is, I feel angry. Use a feeling word, not a thinking word, which requires you to get vulnerable, which is hard for a lot of people. I feel upset. When you
fill in the blank.
Exactly.
Because they may not even, like you said, it's all in the delivery and the reception of the message.
Oh, absolutely.
Many times something gets lost in the middle.
Yeah.
I had 18 more questions, but we're out of time. It was really good, though. Yes.
Platypus.
Today's code word is
papaya and platypus.
Duck-billed platypus. Thank you so much, Justine.
You're welcome.
Captain Platty. Justine's always writing about some great topic on her blog, and we've posted a link to it and her website on greatdaystlouis.com.